Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. On this National Day of Thanks, why don't we do what the holiday says? Take a day and say thanks for giving. I'm Chad Barger, and that's what we're talking about in this week's Productive Fundraising Weekly Journey. So if you've been following the weekly journey for a while, you know that I'm not exactly a big fan of those giving days. Community-wide days of giving, or even the big one coming up here, Giving Tuesday. I'm just not convinced it actually moves the needle forward and brings in new philanthropy, new dollars. I think it just kind of realigns dollars that are already coming all in one day, which is fine, but a lot of them require a lot of extra work, which doesn't always yield a lot of extra income. So, I know if you have a community-wide giving day, you're gonna do it. You need to, you're part of the community. Just be very careful how many of those resources you're allocating to it. As far as Giving Tuesday, if it does bring in new money for you, great. If not, what are you gonna do on that day? I'll tell you what I do. I don't put any solicitations out there on Giving Tuesday. Especially acquisition, folks that have never heard from me, I don't want them to hear from me on the day that every single charity in the world is asking them for their support. I want to stand out from the crowd. I want to show that, I truly care about them, not just their dollars. I think asking for a brand new donation on Giving Tuesday is a little bit like Peppermint Patty in a Charlie Brown Christmas. She invites herself to the party with all her friends, but doesn't really bring anything. She just wants the meal. She's in it just for the end. We're not in it just for the dollars. We're in it for a long-term relationship with our donors. So on Giving Tuesday, what do? I say thank you. It is my day to say thanks for giving. It comes a few days after Thanksgiving. It is the perfect time to do it. How do I do it? Personal, email, or phone. It's personalized, it's seen as non-generic on a day when our donors are receiving so much mass generic communication from all the charities they support. We stand out from the crowd by giving them something personalized that really shows we know them and we care. So typically I'll take like my top 50, 100 donors and just reach out personally. I have a call script. I love to include board members or other volunteers in this. It's a great way to get them motivated and part of your year-end giving campaign as well. So that's this week's free resource is our thank you call script. You can give that a download. We're probably pretty good picking up the phone and just saying thanks to a donor, but you ask a volunteer to do that, it's a little intimidating. They don't believe it's that simple, but it really is. What's the key with those calls? Say thank you, be quiet. Let them be shocked that you're actually calling to say thank you and don't want anything. That's the true reward. The other big question is, well, what if I get their voicemail? So what? Leave a voicemail saying thanks. Thanks so much for your support. We really appreciate it. We hope you have a great holiday season. Wouldn't you love to get that voicemail? I don't ever get those voicemails, So take a couple minutes, figure out how you're going to use the day of Giving Tuesday to make it your donor Thanksgiving. Take care, everybody. Have a great holiday. Gobble, gobble. Thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of the Productive Fundraising Weekly Journey. You can download the free resources mentioned in this episode at productivefundraising.com/fundraising-resources. That's productivefundraising.com/fundraising-resources. Head on over and give to this week's content a download and check out the other great resources we have there for you. Also, be sure to join the Productive Fundraising exclusive Facebook group, the Fundraising Fish Fry. We're proud to sponsor this group where fundraisers come together to talk about what's working and what isn't in fundraising, because there are so many fundraising fish to fry. Ha ha ha. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week. Happy fundraising.